Hey, and we're back. So yesterday we had a bit of an issue with the Spark Trixx from 2018. The group rented it out, they went out, and all of a sudden it just completely lost all power. It does hit the rev limiter, so there is something spinning. When we do start it up outside the water, the impeller does spin. Now I'm guessing there could be one of two issues. One is that something happened with the bearing. I already inspected it from the outside. There's nothing visible that there is damage on the bearing, and it wouldn't really quite make sense unless the impeller somehow hit it or knocked it, pushed on it a little bit too hard that it cracked. And the other thing could be that our drive shaft is stripped out. Now I'm hoping, as you guys can imagine, that it is just the bearing, so we will be taking that apart in this video. And if it's not the bearing, I'm guessing we're gonna have a video coming of that drive shaft, this assembly. So I'm hoping it's just the bearing, that it is cracked somehow, because it feels like when you give it throttle that there is extra pressure coming out from different places. Now it might be that it is something with the exhaust. I highly doubt it, but from what I've read, that could be another issue, that the exhaust is cracked. But we're gonna take the bearing apart right now. Well, first we're gonna head out to the water. I'll show you guys exactly what it does, and then I will take the whole pump assembly out the back. We're gonna inspect the bearing. We'll see if it is cracked or something happened to it. Hopefully that is the issue, but for now, let's head out to the lake. I'll show you guys exactly what it does. So let's get the jet ski hooked up to our tractor, and we're out by the lake, get it backed in. As you guys will hear, it starts off perfectly fine, and at low RPMs, it seems to be doing okay. But as soon as you pin the throttle, right here, as you guys will hear in a little bit, basically every time you pin the throttle, it seems like it's slipping. The best way I could describe it on a motorbike, if you were to kind of rev the engine, it feels like the chain is slipping, stuff like that. So let's get it back into the garage, check out what exactly is going on. And as you guys will see, I was kind of wrong at the beginning. It is one of the issues that I was worried about. Luckily, it wasn't one of the bigger issues, as you guys probably already know from the title. Let's get this opened up, check out the bearing, and see exactly what happened. Well, with a closer inspection, it seems like that's the bearing right there, as you guys can see. Following that down, now it's a little bit hard to show, but right down there, you can see a little piece broken off. It is barely focusing, but I think that is the bearing split. So we are gonna be removing the whole pump assembly and see if that is actually the case. If that would be it, that would be great. Okay, so we're back to having no idea what I'm doing. This is the first time I'm actually taking this apart. Now this should be 13 millimeters, according to other YouTube videos. So first things first, we are gonna we need to loosen this, not tighten it more. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Am I doing it wrong? Loosening this way. What's going on? Let's see, oh boy. Okay, so it does have a nut on this side, so let's go ahead and we are gonna start by taking off the bucket. Now there should be washers everywhere, I'm guessing. Yep, there is another one right here. So let's get that out of the way. There you go, there's the washer. Let's put that down. And let's see if I move this, you can then move this down. Okay, that belongs in there. Do be careful. I just noticed you have this sleeve right here, or I guess bushing, that goes in there. So don't lose that, as I almost did. Place everything back where you took it out from, so you don't lose its place. Now next would be these two. It has two hole bolts on the other side. Now we need to go this way again. Let's see if this works better. This one doesn't look like it has. There we go, that's loosened. Now this one, let's quickly loosen that side, and I should probably have Loctite or something similar here, but that's the bucket. It's loose. Let's put that to the side. We have a little more access now, but we still can't see anything in there. So now with that taken apart, I should put these back in where they belong, I'm guessing. I'm hoping they're not gonna be in the way. Why is there... Interesting. There's another two holes on the bottom. I'm guessing you don't need those. But now we need to remove 3 screws according to the other people. That would be that one, and that one. Okay, we need an extension. As you guys can see, I don't have a lot of power tools, so with manual tools you should be able to do this as well. Now let's loosen this one. Right there. Now the ones down here, these are a little bit tricky. I can't get through that one. So that's what they mean with the IBR system, is a little bit of a pain. But I'm guessing I should be able to just right there. Yup, that worked as well. And I guess you're removing, no, we're not removing it completely. Now with the IBR system, there's another one that I'm gonna have to take off. I probably should do that before, but we'll get to that right away. There we go. Now that is also loose. With all of them loose, there is a little thingy right here that goes into this arm, and that is a 10 millimeter by the looks of it. Here we go. Yep, that's 10. Now, okay, that's an issue. Can I guess this isn't the IBR, this is the steering column. There we go, got it out. Now you on top, you... No, we are not supposed to tighten. We're supposed to loosen this right now. And there we go. That's loosened up. Now I believe I should be able to remove these just by hand. There we go. Now what's with this hose? Do I have to remove you as well? Looks like it. That's a flathead. Let's get you off like that, and this whole pump assembly should just slide right out. Am I wrong? No, I am right. Oh boy. Question. Is that supposed to come off? I'm gonna have a look at that. I guess it is supposed to come off. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh boy. That's not good. But hey, at least this looks good. It's a little dirty in there. There's a little bit of water in there, so that would probably be great to get this sealed back, get a new seal for that. The impeller doesn't look too bad. There's a few nicks. Where was it? No, there's no nicks. No, it looks fine. There's a tiny little bit right there, but on the outside it looks pretty good actually. So let's put that to the side. And now for the main event for which we came. Well, you see this right here? Right there? There's a gap. And that's not supposed to flex like that. So I guess at least we know what causes it, but let's get that fixed up and we should be okay to go. Now, as you guys can see, there's a little bit of rust on here. There's a little bit of water coming into there, so we will be switching that seal out as well. But yeah, over time, I guess it just kind of got worn out. Let's get this off. Oh yeah, right there. I guess this rubber gasket, I have to... Ooh, luckily it had nothing happen to that. Because I need that for these ones. It doesn't come with a new one. So this needs to be placed over top of this. Now, right there. Yeah, we're gonna do that with two hands, but as you guys can see, that is not supposed to happen to the wearing. Not sure what happened to it, not sure if there is something, maybe got caught up in it, something happened to it. I think these are aftermarket wearings, if I'm not mistaken. It might be that they're a little cheaper than they should be. But yeah, let's set this one up. There we go. That seal. Let's go over to this side, up and over, up and over. Right there. And a quick inspection, everything else looks fine. Nothing else is really suspicious right here, other than this whole place there, but nothing else is cracked, nothing else here looks badly torn up. So that means this needs to go in this way, right into here, with that right there, and that should be it. There we go. New bearing is in. Let's get everything assembled. These are the two screws that I was talking about. That's one. And right here is number two. Now, where did that washer go? It's not on there. Okie dokie. Right there, got it. So right here is the second one. All right, to put it back in, it should be pretty darn easy. Should be just the same as taking it out, just in reverse. Now what I will do is, since this little piece right here is letting in water, which isn't great, I guess I could put some Vaseline in there to stop it a little bit. I might actually do that. Now, as I mentioned, what I am gonna do, I am gonna check this one It is not spinning anywhere, so that's good. But as you guys can see, it is a little bit rusty. That's not so good. So we're gonna clean this off slightly. I guess that's one of the downsides of buying something that has been standing for a very long time. Everything just kind of wears out over time, even though it's not being used. But let's get this pump back in. See if you can make this fit right here. This little hose, get that out of the way for the IBR bucket. Now this needs to go in here, and that hose is in the way again. Oh, it's a little tricky. Now line up your propeller in there. Get everything lined up the way it should be. And no, this has to be on top right here for the IBR bucket. And just slide it in. I guess it's not quite that easy. Let's see. Now, if I turn this, a little bit of movement, that's okay right there. The bolts are all lining up. There we go. And we are in. That's for that. Right there. Now my 3 bolts up here. Where's the third one? Okay, let's get these 2 in. There we go. And now my 10mm and my this one I need this, and I need the 10mm key. So let's quickly get this hose up before I forget it. And now the steering column. Make sure not to lose that washer. There we go. Put that on. Now, in theory, I should be able to tighten this all the way up. Just don't over tighten it. It's not a big bolt. There we go. It does have the nylon washer to it, so that shouldn't go anywhere. Let's take these 2 out. Don't lose your washers. Also, be careful not to drop your bolts because they get dirty. Let's just quickly get these into place. Let's see. Last but not least, the IBR arm. Make sure not to lose that bushing that's on the inside there. And that is basically the entire job done. So let's give this a quick crank, and it's right here on my life jacket. and let's see if all goes well. So nothing exploded. That's a great sign, which means we can head out to the water, test it out one more time, see if we are back in business and ready to go again. And we are now again back by the lake and ready to test it out. As you guys can see, we are gonna back it in. Quite easy, nice job. It's so easy with the little lawnmower tractor that we have. And let's hop on. Everything starts up perfectly fine, and as you guys will see, I have fixed the issue, which is great news actually. It was quite a simple fix. As you guys can see, it now pulls straight out even at high RPMs. It does not slip or doesn't let any other wet water pass through. So here we go. Let's go for a few rips around the lake. As you guys can see, the jet ski is being pushed perfectly across the water. The water doesn't escape to the sides as it did before. We are not hitting the rev limiter. And the jet ski is an absolute blast to play around with. Now, as you guys will see in a little bit, one of the reasons I don't like using this 360 camera out on the lake is because it isn't waterproof. It is water resistant, that's why you see the little droplets. I'm not really affected by that. But the next thing you should probably consider is how you mount your camera. As you guys can see right there, the camera fell. As I go to check it out, all I see is that my camera is no longer at the back, and I had a mini heart attack. Now, it's not that the camera is super expensive, it is still close to $1,000, so about 7 million guaraníes, which, you know, for somebody that does this as a hobby, I wouldn't really want to lose my camera just like that, just for a little test run. Now, let's head back to shore, bring the jet ski back into the garage, and we will quickly change the wiring on the other jet ski. That one isn't broken, but since it hasn't been changed in quite a while, it is time to get that one fixed up as well. So let's go ahead and do that. With this one being done, that one needs to have the wiring replaced as well. Since I now know exactly how to do it, we are gonna do that now as well. So this is not gonna be a part 2, we're not gonna do a separate video. You guys get to now come along for the ride of switching that one as well. That one's gonna be more so for entertainment purposes. You already learned how to do it in this one, so let's get started with this one. Take everything apart, get it switched out, so that one's basically gonna be like new as well. We're gonna take off the IBR, we're gonna take off the steering, take out the jet pump, take out the RBR flap back here. And with that, we are gonna replace this wiring as well. Now the interesting thing about this one is, it's white. I have no idea what kind of aftermarket wiring that possibly could be. I could find a few colored ones on Amazon, but nothing with that specific color. Or maybe this one's just a little bit more worn out and the ones on Amazon look a little bit newer. But yeah, let's get all of this taken apart and we will switch that wiring out as well. Now for this part, I kind of decided to do a TikTok live during this whole replacement part, so I don't have any audio for you guys since I did it in Spanish. But I'm still gonna show you the time lapse of what it took to get this off. I did take out some parts of it where my butt was just way too visible in the picture and it was a little uncomfortable. So let's quickly get everything removed. As you can see, the whole process of removing everything is quite simple, just like the first one. Now, first you take off the bucket, then you take out the jet pump, and once you have that jet pump removed, it is onto the wiring. Now, the interesting thing I found for this wiring is that it was kind of like a homemade one. You have a, I'm not sure if it's called a PVC plastic, but it's that white plastic that you have on the inside there. And this one fit extremely snugly. Now it doesn't have the little tabs on the side. which kind of tells me that it was probably made here in Paraguay at a torneria, or I guess not quite sure, metal lathe, which they do cut out these plastic pieces. So I am guessing that was one of them. As you guys can see, I finally decided to use a hammer to get it out. It was extremely stuck in there, and we decided to switch it out for one of the other black bearings. Now those are still the cheap aftermarket ones, and I don't like them too much. I'm still a little scared that they're gonna explode on me as well at some point, like my first one did on the 2018 model, but for now those will have to do since that is what I have, and they're about $50 cheaper than the original OEM bearing. After replacing the pump back into place, this pump was a little bit better. The whole seal where it goes, the shaft goes into the impeller, was still good. There was no water in there. And yeah, so we replaced the pump, put the IBR bucket back on, went for a test drive. It works great. And that is about it for today's video. Now, if you're still here, subscribe for more content just like it, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.